Today, I am going to show you a 2019 war action film called Mosul. The movie begins during the Battle of Mosul, where ISIS and Iraqi forces are fighting. ISIS, also known as Daesh, has occupied parts of the region for years and carried out brutal acts on a massive scale, including torture and killings. Mosul is one of Iraq's largest cities, and it has seen constant conflict. The Nineveh SWAT team is the only unit that continues to fight against Daesh without rest or retreat. Nineveh is an elite police unit made up of local men from the city. Because of their strong tactics and bravery, the Nineveh SWAT team has eliminated many Daesh fighters. However, they never accept any surrender offers from Daesh. Technically, Toba is an offer given by Daesh, allowing captured Iraqi forces to repent and switch sides. Despite their strength, the SWAT team also suffers heavy losses, with some members being executed. Because of this, the team is now carrying out a final mission, hoping to complete it before Daesh disappears. Later, 3 Mosul police officers hide inside a cafe while arresting ISIS drug smugglers. They try to hold the suspects while defending themselves from ISIS fighters outside. However, ISIS suddenly overruns the police officers. As gunfire continues, one officer grabs an ISIS smuggler and threatens to shoot him if he speaks. As the 3 officers are close to being killed, Kawa, a 21-year-old Kurdish recruit, takes action. He quickly throws back a grenade that ISIS had thrown toward them. However, the other 2 officers run out of ammunition and take cover behind a table. During the gunfight, Kawa's uncle is killed. Meanwhile, the Nineveh SWAT team learns that police officers are trapped inside the cafe. They decide to rescue them despite being on an important mission. After saving Kawa and another officer named Jamil, the SWAT team executes the captured smugglers. Major Jassim then enters and asks Kawa what they were doing in that area of the city. Kawa explains that they were arresting drug smugglers inside the cafe. He also mentions that Daesh fighters are beginning to retreat again. Jamil interrupts and says that Daesh fighters are crossing into their area to trade drugs for weapons and ammunition. Jassim is impressed by Kawa's courage in fighting against Daesh. He offers Kawa a chance to join their unit, saying he has the potential to become part of the SWAT team. He explains that someone who has lost family to ISIS can understand their mission. The Nineveh SWAT team is made up of local men from Mosul who have lost their families. The team is led by their commander, Major Jassim. Kawa refuses to join at first. Jamil assures Kawa that he will retrieve his uncle's body for a proper burial. Because of this, Kawa agrees and follows the SWAT team member to change into a Nineveh SWAT uniform. On the other hand, Jassim warns Jamil not to conduct arrests in that area anymore, as it is too dangerous and pointless. He tells him to return to the other side before he gets killed by ISIS. Jassim then orders Jamil to inform his superiors that Kawa is now with them, ignoring Jamil's claim that they are already dead. Afterward, the SWAT team continues their mission. Jassim orders Walid and Kamal to keep Kawa between them for safety. Walid approaches Kawa and tells him to observe them carefully so he can learn quickly. Kawa eventually asks Walid about their mission objective. However, Walid ignores the question and simply offers him a cigarette. Soon they enter an abandoned building. Suddenly, Jassim tells Kawa to stay outside and provide cover while they go in. While waiting, Kawa and Jassim have a brief conversation as they patrol the area. After successfully securing the building, Jassim orders his men to rest for a while. He plans to secure the second floor before continuing the mission. Jassim also tells Walid to eat something while they wait, as their 3rd Humvee will not return anytime soon. Luckily, the team finds a safe room where they can relax. They all gather inside and watch a soap opera on television. Once again, Kawa tries to ask about their mission, but he is ignored. Meanwhile, Jassim gives Walid some money so he can rest and get something to eat. Shortly after, Kawa and Jassim notice Jamil returning in a vehicle. He is signaling an ISIS car bomber toward their location. Seeing this, Jassim immediately shouts and orders everyone to get down. Moments later, the car bomb explodes. Tragically, one of the SWAT members, known as Tomahawk, is killed in the blast. Furious, Jassim almost attacks Kawa, blaming him for the loss instead of Jamil. In anger, Jassim hands Tomahawk's axe to Kawa. Kawa initially refuses to accept it. However, after looking into Jassim's eyes, he declares that he is not a traitor and accepts the axe. Jassim then orders his men to carry their fallen teammate's body onto the Humvee. They plan to give Tomahawk a proper burial. Afterward, the Nineveh SWAT team prays for Tomahawk's soul. A while later, Kamal explains a strategic plan. He suggests taking the shortest route by moving along the side of the city and heading north, though it would expose them to constant attacks. He then offers another option, which is to bribe their way through a checkpoint to reach a safer area. Jassim listens to both plans and decides to take the checkpoint route. He acknowledges that both options are risky but necessary. Afterward, Jassim tells Kawa to come with them, as he will be in the lead vehicle. Suddenly, Jassim receives a message over the radio. Enemy fighters are heard saying that ISIS soldiers are spreading everywhere and will continue expanding standing before eliminating the SWAT team. Worried about innocent civilians, Jason immediately stops the vehicle. He tries to help children walking on the street. His men urge him to move quickly, but he refuses to leave them behind. Fortunately, one child agrees to go with them, leaving his older brother behind. When they reach a checkpoint, Jason orders his men to stop the vehicle. They carry Tomahawk's body out and place it with other deceased people inside a tent for proper burial. While helping with the body, Kawa is accused by Hookah of being connected to a traitor. Meanwhile, Jason speaks with a man and asks him to take care of the rescued child, explaining that the child has lost his parents. The man refuses to accept the money, but his sister takes it and agrees to care for the child. Kawa becomes frustrated as no one answers his questions. Eventually, Hookah reveals their mission objective. Suddenly, ISIS fighters open fire on both the SWAT team and nearby civilians as they move through the area. They are entering a part of Mosul controlled by ISIS. The gunfire is coming from snipers positioned on a rooftop. The snipers are targeting the SWAT team rather than the civilians. Jason spots the sniper and orders Hookah to aim at 1 o'clock. However, the sniper shoots first and kills him. In response, Jason calls Walid and Kawa to help eliminate the snipers. They manage to clear the rooftop and secure the area. After that, they plan their next move. Jason orders Walid to drive the Humvees as close as possible before they continue on foot. The remaining SWAT members regroup on the rooftop with Jassim, Walid, and Kawa. Jason assigns Amir to take a sniper position. He then orders Razak, Akram, and Yunus to move with Walid and guide the team forward. Soon, Walid informs Jason that an ISIS base is located between a pink building and a parking lot on the left. As they prepare their next step, they notice an explosive drone flying overhead. The drone targets a vehicle but accidentally hits one of their Humvees instead. The team watches as the drone explodes. Shortly after, Jassim sees another explosive drone being shot down. It is destroyed by an Iranian Special Forces commander named Colonel Isfahani. Isfahani leads the popular mobilization forces in Mosul. Jassim notices him on the rooftop and questions why he is using an American rifle with NATO ammunition. Isfahani replies that they still have plenty of ammo left. Running low on supplies, Jason agrees to trade. He accepts AK-47 ammunition from Isfahani in exchange for cigarette cartons. Cigarette cartons are highly valuable, as nicotine is extremely important to Isfahani during the battle. In exchange, he quickly provides ammunition packs. Afterward, the SWAT team meets the PMF forces in front of their building. Jason has no choice but to enter the building alone and follow Isfahani's instructions. Before going inside, he tells his men to stay alert and take care of themselves, assuring them he will not be long. Inside, Jassim meets Isfahani and begins negotiating. He mentions that he usually keeps his distance from their group, despite having interacted with them before. Isfahani then proposes a deal and agrees to Jassim's offer. Jason will inspect their prisoners to identify any familiar faces. In return, he offers 1 carton of cigarettes for each confirmed person. Soon, Jassim calls Kawa down after recognizing one of the prisoners. It turns out to be Kawa's former partner, Jamil. After Kawa confirms his identity, Jason requests Isfahani to hand Jamil over, accusing him of betraying the SWAT team to Daesh. At the same time, Jamil tries to explain himself to Kawa. He says that ISIS captured him and threatened to kill his grandson if he refused to reveal the SWAT team's location. Because of this situation, tension rises between the SWAT team and the PMF forces. Jassim and Isfahani argue over what should be done with Jamil. However, Isfahani refuses to hand him over. Meanwhile, Kawa silently struggles with the truth about Jamil's actions. Overwhelmed, Kawa suddenly takes the axe and strikes Jamil, killing him. This shocking act immediately diffuses the tension between the two groups. Both sides are left stunned by what Kawa has done. Afterward, Isfahani agrees to Jassim's deal of 1 carton of cigarettes per prisoner. The SWAT team then collects the ammunition. Suddenly, Walid trades Hookah's weapon for an RPG with a single rocket. Confused, Jason asks why he made the exchange. Walid explains that bullets alone are not enough to destroy the ISIS base they saw earlier. He believes the rocket will be crucial for their mission. With no better option, Jason allows him to keep it. They then leave Isfahani's building and return to their vehicles. While driving, Jassim explains to Kawa that the SWAT team can no longer rely on support. They cannot request ammunition, call artillery strikes, or even rest safely in secure areas. This is because they have gone against their superiors' orders. Jassim finally begins to answer Kawa's repeated questions about their mission. However, Kawa interrupts him and says he is no longer interested in knowing. He explains that he will only care about something if he is given responsibility for it. Afterward, the SWAT team continues their mission. Soon, they are forced to stop after reaching a roadblock. With no other option, the SWAT team prepares to move forward. They are forced to fight outside their Humvees. During the chaos, Yunus is suddenly killed by friendly fire. Shocked, Walid slowly walks toward him. At the same time, he hears Kawa shouting for help. Kawa is injured by a grenade thrown from their own side inside the Humvee. Unfortunately, the blast leaves Kawa's face badly damaged, forcing him to wear a balaclava. Amir apologizes, admitting that he was the one who threw the grenade to stop the enemy. After treating Kawa, Jason orders the team to continue on foot and enter a nearby building. Inside, Razak is suddenly killed during close combat. Shannon is also stabbed stabbed by an enemy during the ambush. The attack catches them off guard, and they struggle to defend themselves. In response, the remaining SWAT members fight back and eliminate all the attackers. With no other option, they decide to move forward and attack the ISIS camp. As they advance, Walid leads the way. Soon, Kamal notices blood dripping from Shanan's wound. He quickly alerts the team. Kamal then uses a cloth to stop the bleeding. Afterward, Jason orders his men to hold their position on the road. He and Walid move to the rooftop to check the perimeter. From there, Walid uses the single rocket to destroy part of the ISIS camp. This signals the team to begin their attack. As they push forward, Akram is suddenly shot and killed by an ISIS fighter. Despite the loss, Jassim assigns roles to his men and orders a full assault on the camp. The SWAT team manages to eliminate most of the enemy fighters. Jassim then tells his team to reload and stay hydrated before finishing the operation. Meanwhile, Kamal treats Shanan by giving him medicine for his injury. As the battle nears its end, tragedy strikes again. Jassim is killed by an ISIS booby trap while clearing an area. His habit of personally checking surroundings puts him in danger and costs him his life. The team is left shocked and devastated by the loss of their leader. Their morale drops heavily after Jassim's death. At that moment, Kawa steps forward and speaks to the team. He reminds them to stand up and complete their mission, even without their commander. With no other choice, Kamal agrees and encourages the rest of the team to prepare for their final task. Walid then takes the lead. He guides the team to an apartment complex. Using a spare key hidden under his shoe, he unlocks one of the doors. Inside, he confronts and kills an ISIS member who had taken his wife, Hayat, and daughter, Danya, for forced marriage. Emotional and overwhelmed, Walid reunites with his family. The SWAT team watches the moment from behind. At that point, Kawa finally understands their true mission. He realizes that their goal was to rescue and free their captured family members. After everything, Kawa chooses to join another mission. This time, they plan to rescue Amir's son who is nearby. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this to support the channel.